My best friend fired me from being her maid of honor the day before her wedding, so let's talk about that. My best friend, let's call her Christy, of 10 years became a full-blown bridezilla as soon as she got engaged. I mean, she went from being a nice, chill girl to absolutely unbearable. She didn't want to just control things about the wedding. She wanted to control all of the bridesmaids. I'm talking about our hair color, our nail length, even our weight. She made us all sign a contract saying that we would not gain a certain amount of weight before the wedding. That's messed up. That's a very messed up thing to do. But you know what? No one said anything about it. We should have said something, but everyone just kept our mouth shut. She also told us that if anything big happened in our lives, like getting engaged, getting pregnant, getting a promotion, we weren't allowed to talk about it until at least 2 months after her wedding. I already think it's insane that we couldn't say anything about it, but a 2-month buffer after your wedding's over when it's over, girl. Like, I hate to tell you. And as the maid of honor, I was the one that was getting all of the angry texts from the other bridesmaids being like, can you please talk to this girl because she's out of control? And even though I knew Christy was being absolutely absurd and honestly just a bad person in general, I was doing my best to try and ease everybody's tension. I just kept telling them, like, y'all, she's never been like this before. You know that she loves you. Like, I do not know what this wedding is doing to her, but let's just get through the wedding and just hope that she goes back to the normal Christy that we all know and love. The bachelorette party was also just a huge mess. 2 of the bridesmaids ended up dropping out of the entire wedding and leaving the trip early just because of how horrible she was being. I mean, she was just criticizing everybody for everything that they were doing. She was telling people that she didn't like the outfits they were wearing and that they were going to look bad in pictures and that all the pictures from her bachelorette party needed to be perfect and they were going to ruin them. Like, girl, it's really just not that serious. And the 1.5 years between the time she got engaged to her wedding was honestly one of the most stressful periods in my life because it was just constantly being torn apart by her, being ridiculed, being yelled at. I just was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, which was the wrong thing to do. I should have spoke up sooner. Finally, we get to her rehearsal dinner, which is the day before the wedding. And it already starts off very stressful when Christy comes up to me sobbing, telling me that in her dream, her future sister-in-law showed up to the rehearsal dinner wearing a white dress. In her dream, not in real life. And she was like, you need to go and talk to her right now. It's like, you need to make sure that she's not wearing a white dress to my rehearsal dinner. I was like, what? Why would she do that? She was like, no, I think that my mind is trying to tell me something. I think that it's a sign that she really is planning to do that and you need to make sure. So I did. I go up to her future sister-in-law. I'm like, hey girl, weird question, but you're not planning to wear a white dress, right? And she was offended. She's like, why do you think I would do that? And I was like, I'm sorry. And I wasn't going to throw Christy under the bus and be like, Christy thought you were because you were in a dream, because that makes her sound crazy because she was acting crazy. So yeah, her future sister-in-law just thought I was kind of the worst. On the way back from talking to her future sister-in-law, I decided to stop and grab all of the bridesmaids some coffee. We were all getting ready together and I just thought that it would be a nice little pick-me-up. So I just decided to get everybody the exact same order. I thought that getting oat milk lattes were safe because, you know, I feel like everyone likes an oat milk latte. You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna be mad about that? Guess what? Someone was mad about it. Guess who? I bring everyone their lattes and everyone's telling me thank you, but there's one person that looks particularly angry about my coffee selection. It is Christy. And she immediately starts yelling at me. She's like, what is this? You know I don't like oat milk lattes. First of all, no, I didn't. I did not know that she didn't like oat milk lattes. I was not trying to purposely get an oat milk latte to spite her. I just got everybody the same thing. She's like, I literally cannot drink this. I cannot believe you'd bring this here. Disgusting, get out of my face. And just starts going off of me about how dumb I am, how irresponsible I am, how I'm the worst maid of honor. I was like, you didn't even ask for coffee. I was just doing this to be nice. You don't have to drink it. So after 3 minutes of her just straight attacking me over my latte selection, I'm like, hey girl, why don't we go and talk about this in the hallway? Because you're really doing this in front of everyone and it is a lot. So we go in the hallway and I'm like, listen, Christy, I love you. You've been my best friend for 10 years, but you've become a different person since you got engaged. And I love you, but I can't let you continue to speak to me like this. And tomorrow's your wedding. I know it's going to be really stressful. Like, I just can't have this all day tomorrow too. It's too much. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anybody else because you're also being terrible to them. I tried to say it in the nicest, most unconfrontational way possible, but yeah, me speaking my mind did not go over well. She looked at me right in the eye and she goes, well, I don't need you here anymore. I was like, What, like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't need you to be my maid of honor anymore. You can leave. Oh, what? After a year and a half of putting a ton of my own time and money into this wedding with my best friend of 10 years, she just cut me off just like that. She told me I wasn't supportive enough. I literally just went to your future sister-in-law to make sure she wasn't wearing a white dress because you had a dream that she was wearing a white dress. What do you mean I wasn't supportive enough? She told me that I could attend the wedding as a guest, but she didn't want me up there standing beside her. Great. You know what? Honestly, I was happy in that moment a little bit. As much as it hurt, I was like, I don't have to deal with her all day tomorrow. And I don't want to. But let's just say that I was not the only one who wasn't standing up beside her at the altar because the wedding didn't happen.
My female 26 ex-boyfriend, male 27, said he was going to propose for the last 4 years. When I finally found the courage to break it off, he did. I don't know if I should give it another chance. We started dating in 9th grade after he asked me out at Winter Formal, 2012. Went as friends but quickly hit it off and were together by New Year's. From there, we got to a lot of milestones fast, and honestly, we both figured we would be married by 2017 to 2018. The excuse at that time was we're young and still in school. I finished college in 3 years, him in 4. Both have our dream jobs and had a combined income of $144,000 a year. We have loans, but none of them are atrocious, and we lived in a home that he inherited. That said, our life felt perfect by the time I was 22. That's when he started randomly inquiring about my ring size, dream wedding, whether I like gold or silver jewelry more, etc. 22 went by and no engagement. No big deal. 23 comes and it's the same thing. I'm thinking it's any day now. 24 passes and the conversation becomes tiring. I started to ask what he's waiting for, and he claims the right moment hasn't come yet. It took me till age 25 to realize he often used the promise to do it when I was upset at him for something. By 26, I told myself that he had until he turned 27. His birthday was closer. After that, I'm walking away. I got my own space ahead of time and followed through. The separation was peaceful. He didn't protest much of if at all. Last week, about 2 months later, he showed up at my place. We shared locations a couple years back and just never turned them off. I completely forgot about it. I wasn't creeped out or anything once he explained how he found me. After some catching up, he pulled out the box, all while sitting in the couch across from me. It wasn't the romantic on one knee, and I can't help but feel I forced his hand. This feels like, here, damn, more than anything else. He says I'm overthinking, and he didn't realize what he had until he lost it. He never knew that marriage was that important to me. I kind of want to get back together with him, but I don't want him to resent me and later say that he was forced to get married or anything. Am I the asshole for moving back home after my husband left me even though I'm pregnant? I've been getting cruel messages from my ex, his family, and our friends for the past few days. My soon-to-be ex-husband, Levi, 33 male, and I, 28 female, have been together for a decade, married for 5 years. I'm currently pregnant with our first baby and due next month. After I graduated, I moved back to his hometown, a major city on the West Coast with him. I'm from a bigger city in the Midwest, but loved living out there. I thought we were happy. We planned our baby, and we were so excited. But a few weeks ago, he told me he was going to file for divorce. He said he didn't want to be tied down anymore. He was still young and needed to live his life, etc. He said there was nobody else, but I know since then that he's been seeing someone. He wanted me to move out, but this is my house too. I put down the down payment. So he's been staying with his friend, Lewis. I can't afford to live here on my own while maintaining my lifestyle. Sure, I could make it work, but it wouldn't be the kind of lifestyle I would want to live, especially with a baby. I make really good money even, but it's so expensive. I have friends for sure, but not the support system that he does. No family here. So I've decided to move back home, and luckily my company has a location in my hometown, so I was able to keep my job. My parents have been so supportive. They're divorced and hate one another, but are now combined in their hatred of Levi, which is interesting to see. They've secured me a nice rental home in my city and refuse to let me pay them back, saying I need to save to buy my next house. They're paying for my divorce lawyer and my co-pays at my new doctor here. They said I'm doing the right thing for my baby and are happy to help. My mom is about to retire and even wants to watch my baby while I work after my maternity leave. So it's been an ideal situation for me. Levi is furious. He's claiming that I moved to get back at him and am going to try to keep him out of our baby's life. I explained very clearly that I couldn't afford to be a single mom in San Diego, but he doesn't believe me. He's told everyone I moved back to get the upper hand on custody. That's not why I moved, but it's definitely a plus. His job doesn't have any locations here, and they won't keep him if he moves. He could get another job here, of course, but he says that's too much to ask of him. I told him I'd be going for child support once the baby is born, and he told me I needed to make up my mind. Could he be a dad or no? I told him he was going to be a dad regardless, and if he doesn't want to move here, then he would be a dad by paying child support. I don't think I'm the asshole. I think what I'm doing is what I have to do, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say. So all of these people texting and calling me and telling me I'm keeping Levi's baby from him. My 18 female boyfriend, 24 male, is upset I denied intimacy because he was crusty. How do I remedy? I just moved out of my disgusting childhood home. Mold, trash, bugs, smells, all of it. In my new home, I'm keeping it as clean as possible and avoiding polyester because the texture disgusts me and was all I ever knew as a child. I worked my butt off to afford silk sheets and high-quality bedding. I take really good care of my cleanliness, and I'm probably paranoid at this point. Tonight, I invited my boyfriend to hang out, cuddle, and watch a movie. I told him I was going to take a shower and wear comfy PJs, and I was excited to rest. My boyfriend is not necessarily gross, but today when he arrived, I was just a bit uncomfortable. He was wearing dirty jeans, and his hair was so greasy it looked like he had used gel. He works in an office and isn't active whatsoever, so I didn't really understand what was up. He apologized for looking like a mess and said that he was excited to see me. I just couldn't handle it. His shirt was scratchy, and he had jeans on, so I brought him into the living room and put on a movie. He immediately started getting physical and kept pulling me into long kisses. I didn't entertain making out because I knew it would turn into sex, and then we'd end up going to my bed. Finally, after a while, he asked why I wasn't interested in him at all. I told him exactly what I'm telling you all. And he got upset, moped around for a bit, and then left. Now, I just feel like a neat freak asshole. How can I remedy the situation? My immediate reaction is, you're not a neat freak asshole. I also don't, like, why is he showing up like that? Or, like, why isn't he... Also, I'm just confused. Sorry. I'm, like, confused right now. I'm, like, trying to gather my thoughts. I'm confused because it's, like, you guys are in a relationship and he's just immediately, like, coming over and just... That sounds like a hookup. That doesn't sound like a relationship to me.